Hey man, y'all welcome back here to another video on No Sugar Coat Podcast. We back again. We finna do it all over again, and we gonna steady bringing y'all this great content. You understand what I'm saying? Consistency is key. No Sugar Coat Podcast ain't going nowhere. No matter what comes around, we gonna steady be right here 10 toes down. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
Come on now. First of all, I want to give all praise and honor to God because He is the reason why we're here today. Can I get an amen?
Amen. Come on.
Come on now.
Amen for him.
Hey, we were just talking and conversing and going over our vast list of topics that we got. And he said one that struck out to us. We started talking about it. It started going off. And we said, you know what, let's go ahead and get the camera rolling. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why are cars so expensive?
Why are cars so expensive? Are cars too expensive? Are they?
Are they based off the cost of living and what we're making today, the average wage?
Yes.
Okay.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Cars are just way too expensive. My car payment, way too high. I feel like for the amount of money I'm paying, my truck should be a little bit better than what it is. But, you know, I got me a Chevy Silverado 2022, and my car payment is in the 800s, in the 800 range, my brother.
Oh.
Now,
not including insurance.
Not including insurance, man.
$1,000 a month for a car.
Yeah.
Lord.
$1,000 a month. Being mobile is expensive nowadays. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been watching this one car channel, and he's been talking about people that normally have like $6, $7, $8, $9, $1,000 car payments. And these are not like Lamborghinis or Hellcats. Well, some of them are Hellcats, but
yeah,
I mean,
of course.
Some of these are like Chevys. Some of these are like Toyotas, like a Toyota Tacoma, like a truck.
See, but
you know what I'm saying?
But what comes from that? It's not just the car price.
Yeah.
It's not just the car price, it's the interest rate. And the interest rate usually stems from used or new car or leasing the car and your credit. Have you been disciplined enough to build your credit in a way? Let me give you an example real quick. My boss at my job, he just bought a brand new truck, 2023. I think it was $50,000. His interest rate is a 1.9%.
Yeah.
This man only pays maybe $50 more than me. I have a slightly used Hyundai Sonata, beautiful car if y'all don't know me and what I have. Slightly used 2021, 19,000 miles on it. My interest rate, first time buying a car, don't bash me. I think I did really good for my first time buying a car with a decent credit score was a 7.5.
I got my interest rate at a 2.09.
I mean, he's blessed, he's lucky, but that interest rate made a very different car payment and what you put down, but don't put down too much. We can give y'all some other financial.
I ain't put no money down.
I ain't put no money down. I put $2,500 or $3,500 down on my car. Got cash back on my credit card. That's the way you got to do it. Put you on game.
Oh yeah.
So look,
I get that cash back.
He pays that for a car that's without my interest and my extras, $20,000 more than me. He pays about the same amount of money I pay a month.
Yeah.
Now, I think he has some trade-in value, so maybe it's only $10,000 more than mine with the trade-in value that he had. But that interest rate makes a huge difference on how much you're going to pay. You have to set yourself up for success, and that credit score matters more than a lot of people like to admit. There's ways to get around it. There's other ways you can go about it. There's other places you can go where credit doesn't matter. I'm not saying that's the only route to take.
Well, it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,000% doesn't matter as much. Okay. What? You mentioned, your car notice in the 8s. But you got to understand that we're talking about what we're talking about. We talked about not having to have all those bells and whistles, or maybe not having to have the car that you want. Why not get something that was more affordable? Knowing that you're on the road, that you're gone, you're driving your truck maybe 5 days out the week.
So this is actually a crazy story. So for me, I had a Silverado. I had a Silverado that was my dad's, but he used to let me drive it. And I drove it to do a show, and it got stolen in Dallas. You know, so the truck needed to be replaced, and I told my dad, I said, I'll buy the next truck. So my dad bought a truck and let me drive it. Now I bought a truck and I let him drive it.
How old were you at this time?
I was 25. Yeah, I was about 25 years old.
25 years old, and what is it? $50,000 truck? $40,000?
It's 55. Sticker price of $55,000, and so it's $55,000. It did 6 years. and I've already done over 2 years by now, so I'm well into that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about. So with my interest rate, I'm only paying like a few grand in interest. So like it's really only like 58,000 with the interest tacked on.
With my interest, I'm probably paying $10,000 in interest. Yeah.
So I mean, like, so the truck was very expensive, but I think the extremely low interest rate really helped cancel it out.
Yeah.
Cause like I could have got like a $45,000 truck, but then I could have been paying $10,000 and been right back where I was at.
Yeah.
But
you're right about
I will
that.
tell you this, I was looking at the lot.
Yeah.
Cause my truck was $55,000 back in 2021 when them car prices was real crazy.
How much is it now?
How much is my truck worth now?
Like right now.
My truck is probably worth about the 40s.
So about 10 grand less.
Yeah,
roughly.
Nah, more like 14, 15. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I paid 31 for mine. I think I paid 31 for mine. I think it was 31 sticker, but warranties and packages and interest. It probably ended up being 45, 47. I do know, but just the roundabout. That's how interest and that's how finances work when it comes to cars. I was asking Roy, I love to talk about this topic, and we're going to bring it back up because I want to get more research based. I want to get somebody in here that probably works at a manufacturing company, at a plant that makes cars. But how much do we think the actual value, how much does it cost to produce a car?
Well, see, I think the biggest problem is we keep producing these SUVs and these trucks, and some people say, oh, well, the argument is, well, that's because that's what people want, and it's like people only want it because that's all y'all are selling. So it's a cyclical process. So it's like, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Is it that people wanted to buy SUVs, or is it because you wanted to just only make SUVs more? You want to put more emphasis on the SUVs and the trucks because you can skirt the EPA laws. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a lot easier. They have less stringent laws when it comes to bigger trucks. You know what I'm saying? SUVs are classified as trucks, basically.
Yeah, SUVs are classified.
You know what I'm saying? So they can skirt the EPA the EPA laws a lot better. That's what it is. Is car companies want to be able to make trucks and make SUVs and make bigger vehicles so that they have less standards to qualify on. Because here's the thing: if you make a sedan or a car like that, the problem with them is because they're like smaller and stuff like that. They are more strict on their emissions?
Emissions?
Yeah, the emission standards.
That's why a lot of the cars are going to be in EVs now because Dodge has to let it go.
On EVs. And here's the problem with the EVs. I think the biggest problem with EVs is, one, they're too expensive and they're less efficient than the gas cars.
Yeah.
Like if we were talking about pushing hybrids, okay, you might have a better argument.
My boss has a hybrid truck. It's a hybrid truck. Yep.
Yeah. But the problem is with EVs, I think us trying to force EVs and trying to force away from the gas, first of all, stupid.
We don't have the infrastructure for
No,
it.
not even close. Not even close.
Technology needs more advancement.
I see it in California. Don't even start with what happened in California. On one hand, they're saying, "Oh, we need you to only buy EVs and push more towards that direction." But at the same time, we have grid failure, and we need you to not plug up your cars between this time and okay. So which is it? Yep. You cannot have both. Yep. You cannot want us to rely on an energy source that we do not have an abundance of. That is insane. Absolutely insane. That's exactly and then another thing, you seen what happened in Chicago, right?
What happened in Chicago?
In Chicago, when America started freezing again, every time, what a lot of people don't realize is electric car batteries, they lose a substantial amount of range. They already have range anxiety enough as it is.
You're not wrong.
With there not being enough electrical infrastructure.
When they get cold, it loses range. We have an electric
and it's not
van
even just that.
At my job that we use the delivery zone, the peak it can get, Roy, is 80%. 138 miles per hour. When the temperature dropped to 36, We talking about 80 miles, 90 miles at the very most.
And check this out. This is another thing that people don't also understand. They also don't realize that not only do they lose charge when it's freezing, but it's harder for the charging stations to charge when it's freezing.
Really?
Yeah. That's what they were discovering in Chicago.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even.
You see what I'm saying? So not only
crossed my mind.
Not only, like, it's crazy. Think about, you have a car. Like, imagine you have a gas car, right? Mm-hmm. And your car doesn't allow you to put gas in it.
What? Yeah, that would be wild.
Yeah. And there are people that are having a relatively similar problem.
That'd be wild.
There are sometimes some of these cars, some of their batteries are rejecting the charge. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And then on top of that, I seen another story where some people are going to these charging stations and they're stealing the copper wire out of the machines. So you come in there, you go in there thinking you gonna charge your vehicle. Your vehicle ain't gonna charge because they didn't took the yeah. It's a new crime that's been going on. It's a new wave, man.
So in other words, like I said, our infrastructure, we're not built for it.
No. That's why I think here's my thing. I have no problem with them pushing it. My problem is they're trying to take away the gas. You're trying to take away what we know what works, and we're still trying to learn what works about EVs.
Yeah.
Why are we trying to force it?
Yeah.
Quit trying to force it.
Yeah. You right.
I don't want no more EVs. I think it's poison. Last night I can't sleep because I hear voices. I need my V8 engine. Quit trying to force it. Yeah.
Just that quick. I know you write music. Just that quick. I know you write music. That don't make no sense. Just remix the song in no time.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God, man.
Get Biden out of this office.
Stop.
I think he's poisoned.
Stop.
Trying to push these EVs.
But I don't think he's, come on. We've talked about this. He does not make all the decisions.
I know he doesn't.
There's somebody in the backdrop that's
other people.
There's other people.
Other people, but let's keep it a stack.
It's not just on him.
Let's keep it a stack. He the face of it, though.
Of course he
is a face.
He is POTUS.
That's why it's going to be controversial. We need Trump back in office. I need my V8s. Should have had a V8.
I don't think he can make a difference.
I
don't think he can make a difference.
I mean, Joe Biden's making a difference.
It's already said, but he's in favor of what the people already want, what people in the people are in the places of power want, though.
But here's the thing. These car companies are starting to understand, like, Ford is pulling back on the lightning. The car companies understand the writing that's on the wall. You think the car companies really want this? You think some of these car companies ain't reneging on some of these promises?
But because they also rushed into it and they didn't do the proper planning, and Tesla is still making money to this day.
They making money, but let's keep it a stack. They're already struggling to contend with the fact that the audience that was there for the EV, a lot of people that want EVs already got EVs. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the pool of people that are wanting to buy these EVs are shrinking, and some of the people that have bought EVs are regretting their purchase.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So some of the people that you had, they're probably going to be like, they're already like, yo, I don't want an EV for my next car. I want gas.
Okay.
So what do you think is going to happen when we have a major influx of people who want gas cars, but there's not enough of them being made? We're going to be back where we was at in 2021. We're going to be right back where we started. And then you're going to have lots of filled with cars that people don't even want because they know the risk. Are they at risk? They are. They are at risk.
You know what? It's crazy you say that because I don't see myself getting one. At least no time soon. I don't see myself getting into one until the technology. I'm not gonna say I don't want one. Don't get me wrong. I talked to a dude that had 3 Series, electric E 3 Series, and it was nice. It was beautiful. It was great. He said it was perfect for him. He go back and forth to work, straight highway driving. He had no problems with it. I would love to experience it, but what I want to say is that it wouldn't be my main vehicle. I think
you could not have an EV as your only vehicle.
No.
You are absolutely tripping.
No.
Let me explain something to you. EVs are for people who live in big cities that take short commutes.
Yeah.
Do not go to the country. Do not go into rural areas like that.
They're not made for long
They are
range
not
driving.
made. I don't understand how you could be in an EV in a state like Montana. It's 300 miles to the next fuel station.
Please quit playing, man. Not 300 miles.
No.
Crazy.
For real. There are places you can go to in America where there is like not a gas station for like 200-300 miles.
That's insane.
So if your car ain't gonna make it, you ain't gonna make, and then you want them to build EV infrastructure.
It takes too long
in
to do
them
it.
areas.
It takes too long to do it, and I don't think they have enough cars in those areas to really get the money. It's not a point to do it. There's no reason to do it. You're not wrong. I didn't think about it like that.
But here's my thing. EVs have their place in the market. And the reason I say that is because if they didn't, people wouldn't buy them.
Of course.
People would not buy them if they did not have the place in the market. But they got a place. The problem is you trying to make EVs a one-size-fits-all solution. And that's not what they are. That is not what they are. EVs have their purpose. Let them have their purpose over there. And then let us come in with our chargers and our challenges and our big trucks with the gas guzzling and the
But what about the world we live in, what we're doing to impact the atmosphere?
The atmosphere, okay.
We can
talk about
EVs
that.
just because.
You think EVs are a good alternative? They're a terrible alternative.
They were a good alternative, but until the air that we breathe every day.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a very serious question. The electricity that charges the EVs, where does it come from? Be honest. A lot of it comes from a lot of coal plants and natural gas plants. Okay. So in order EVs only help the environment if the electricity that's using to charge the battery is green energy itself. You cannot guarantee that. The idea is, there's nothing coming out the tailpipe because there is no tailpipe. So therefore it's cleaner. But if the electricity using it to produce, if we have to burn a whole lot more coal in another area to offset the amount of carbon that we're putting into the atmosphere from the tailpipe. If we're just redistributing it, are we really making a greener atmosphere? Are we really being honest with ourselves?
What's more?
We just can't see it. That's all.
But which one you think is giving out more?
Let's keep
which is worse? Do you think all the V8s and V6s all the V10s, whatever the case may be on the roads are worse than the factories or plants giving us electricity? Which one do you really think is worse, though?
Let me ask you this: You ever seen a Tesla broke down because their battery ain't charged? Their battery just died, and then you see somebody coming in with a truck, likely a V8 power truck or a diesel power truck, and they got a diesel generator, and the diesel generator is charging the battery. It looks crazy at a certain point.
That happened before because you already have mild anxiety.
There's videos of it.
Do you think it really happens that much?
It's not
honestly.
It's not even okay. But here's the problem. It's not even about it happening that much. It's about understanding the lunacy of what we're doing. It's about understanding how crazy it's, because at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, the electricity that you're getting is coming from a source similar to that, a non-renewable resource that's messing up the atmosphere anyways. So all we're doing is redistributing what it looks like. We are still using the very things we're claiming to get rid of, but we're doing it in a less efficient way. And then let's talk about the batteries. Let's talk about these batteries, because let me explain something to you. Where do you think these batteries are coming from? Where do you think the materials are coming from? They're coming from other countries that have less restrictions and less labor laws. child labor, mining and destroying the earth to get the lithium that powers these batteries. And then when these because here's the thing, when these batteries are done with, where do you think they're going? Some crazy landfill that's going to toxify the area. So it's like, are we really being honest with ourselves when we're talking about saving the environment? Because we can take a bad engine and reform that bad boy, use it for spare parts. Or we can take an engine and rebuild that bad boy and all that stuff. We can recycle engines better than we can recycle batteries. We can recycle transmissions better than we can recycle batteries. Because here's the thing, you may not like gas-powered ICE engines. You may not like them, but they are very recyclable in comparison to them batteries. Let's keep it a stack. Let's be honest.
Bring it down.
I can't. I'm passionate.
Jesus.
I'm passionate about this because I like my V8s. I am from Texas. Hey, see, I'm from Texas. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. We like our V8s out here. We want to keep our V8s. And we want to be green about our V8s because our V8s are likely going to be greener than some of these batteries. Let's be real. When the V8s are greener than the batteries, something's wrong.
Okay, I can get with that.
If the V8s are greener than the batteries, something is wrong.
The purpose is of the EV push.
Limitation of mobility.
Okay.
Think about it. Like, think about these chargers. You don't think the government can think about all the technology you got in your phone. You don't think the government has a way to tap into them charging stations to know who's driving what car and where they going? And
but they can tap into your car, your V8 you're driving now.
Yeah, I mean, they can, but they can. I'll put it to you like this. Now, imagine a world where where our countries, we're losing our rights little by little every day. Mm-hmm. Every year we're losing more and more rights, right? Who's to say we don't get to a point where the government don't like something you say and you got you an EV, right? Okay. And the government knows what car you driving. Mm-hmm. And they can hack into the charging station that you at. They know you trying to charge up. And they say, don't give them the juice. Don't give them the juice. See, there is a dystopian world where you can be locked out of society. And one of the easiest ways to lock people out of a society is making them immobile, making them destitute. It's kind of like the idea of financial abuse. You know, when you have a man that controls all the finances and a woman that, you know, is forced to have to stay because she has no recourse. She has nothing she can do. She has no way out. It's kind of like that. A government can make you destitute if you can't be mobile. If you can't be mobile, you can't move around, you can't make things happen. It limits your ability to be able to move about and have freedom. Now, of course, this is going to sound a little conspiratorial, but, you know, let's just keep it a stack. Our government has done shady things. This was a country where at one point you and me, we wasn't people at one point. So what's really crazy? Everything sound crazy until it happened. You don't think them people, you don't think the Jewish people, when they was getting on them trains, let's keep it a stack. You don't think black people from Africa, when they got on that boat, come on now. You think they knew what was to come?
Probably not.
Come on now.
Let's leave the people with that question. What do you think the reason is for the push of EVs? What do you think the motive is? What's the end result from the government? What do you see? What are you seeking? What do you think a solution is? Engage, get in the comments. Ask them that question, bro. Like what else can we do?
What I think we should do, we need to have an honest conversation about these EVs, have an honest conversation about how green are they really, and we need to just be honest with ourselves and say, okay, the technology is not here. We can get it there,
but it ain't here.
But it ain't here right now. So we need to focus on getting it here first. We need to, first of all, the biggest thing we should do is we should make the product a better product than these V8s or than these V6s or these 4-bangers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What we need to do is we need to make a product that is naturally better so that people naturally want to get it.
But the question is, how do we do that? Leave a comment, subscribe, share, ask around, create dialogue between one another and your friends to figure out what do we need to do to create a better world in that aspect when it comes to EVs and V8s and the cost of cars in general.
I'm going to be honest. I think until EVs get to a point where they have like maybe 800 to 1,000 mile range on a charge, until they get to that point, I don't see them making sense.
That may be the case.
And the reason why is because of how much you lose in different weather ranges, and then being able to protect the battery.
There's a lot of
longevity. And then, the more you recharge a battery, the more you wear and tear on a battery.
Yeah, just like a phone.
So it's like you need to have the ratio to where it's appealing, to where things make sense. And then on top of that, EVs are just so much more expensive to repair because, there's less components, but the components are so much more expensive that it's almost like you back where you started or even worse. Because when you got to spend $16,000 to replace a battery and that battery ain't under warranty, let's just keep it a stack. And then imagine being upside down on that car. And then trying to pawn that car on somebody else.
Yeah, giving it back.
Come on now, we gotta be honest. We have to be honest.
There's a lot of pros and cons to both sides of the spectrum, of the line, what have you.
And then it's
expensive. And we want to know
on top of that.
Your opinions and what do you feel like we can do. Roy made some very good points. He answered some of my questions, and maybe he didn't answer all of your questions. So ask us the questions so we can get somebody up here that has more knowledge into the topic and go from there. We can keep building on these topics. That's the goal. That's the plan. That's the foundation. That's what we do here.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it was great. I appreciate it. That was a good episode. You seen the passion. You seen the feel. We like that. I want y'all to engage with us. I want y'all to come back in. I want y'all to really just have a good time with us on No Sugar Go Podcast. Because that's all we're here to do is have a good time, spread knowledge, and keep the world flowing. Hopefully we change somebody's life.
I need you to like, comment, share, subscribe so that you can hear the purr of this V8 when I drive off. You know what I'm saying?